is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It's Tuesday, January 19th. I'm Jeff here with my friends, Al and Stephanie. Hello.
Hey, hey.
What's going on? Al, is this your first time on the Late Show this year?
Yeah, this year, definitely.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, I'm wondering if I'm messing it up because I poured some sparkling water and I wonder if my microphone is picking it up. So
Do you hear like a little
I kind of,
bubbly
a little
feedback?
Yeah, man likes his flavored water.
You're toasting to the new year. It goes
That's
perfect.
right. Cheers. Good to see you guys.
I love in your mug as well.
Well, thank you. Shout out a great fan of DBL. Michelle hooked us up with these. So, Jeff, where's yours? Yours says Big Jeff.
I drink it at home all the time. I'm bringing it in.
I brought this from home today because I needed it the week.
You reminded me, and I'm bringing it this week.
There we go.
Love it.
Do you have a mug, Steph?
I think mine broke in the post.
I knew it did. I just wanted to hear you say it.
Oh.
We'll get you another. We'll get you another. All right, let's get to it, guys. It looks like Ben Affleck is back on the market. That's right. According to Page 6, Ben and Ana de Armas have split after about 1 year of dating. Ben reportedly didn't want any more kids, and Ana did. Meantime, check out this life-size cutout. This is real, by the way, of Ana was being spotted, being tossed in the trash outside Ben's house. That's rough, huh? Ben's kids were seen carrying the same cutout near his house over the summer. That's a rough way to go for Anna. That's a rough.
You wait till the sun goes down, Steph, before you do that? What do you think?
I'm just kind of like, why did they have a cutout of her in their house? Like, can you imagine going home and there's like Meredith just chilling out with like a cutout of Al, or like Jordan's just staring at a cutout of Jeff? Like, I just find that a bit weird.
It's a little strange.
It is a little bit,
strange.
but also, yeah, like how embarrassing, just in the middle of the day, just shoving you in the trash. It's
Jeff,
like
I am going to applaud them for one thing, though. They had a difficult conversation.
There you go. Let's get to the real conversation.
Yes. I think that a lot of people are like, I met this girl, Steph. She's perfect. She's funny. She's on TV. We're just going to get married, we'll elope in Vegas, and it's perfect. What a great, but did you guys talk about what religion you're going to raise your kids?
Yeah.
If you want more kids, what the financial situation is. How much does she think it's okay to spend on frivolous things a month, and vice versa? How much do you want? You need to talk about everything. If you're going to hitch your wagon to something for the rest of your life, you wouldn't do that with a house, right?
You know, you're right, and that's something 20-year-olds, at least me, 20, didn't even think about,
That's
right?
the problem.
But when you get older, you got to start thinking about these things.
No, I think as well, they met at work, right? So they met on a movie set, which obviously isn't like most of us, but they've met in a very intense environment. People do meet other people at work, don't they? You know, you get the hots for someone and you're spending a lot of time with them. And then, like you said, it's often that you don't always think about some of those conversations. And there is a little bit of an age gap there, you know? So I think she obviously is wanting other things in life. And maybe at the start, when you've got the hots for someone and they're new and you're spending a lot of time with them, you get a bit swept away, don't you?
Absolutely.
It's so easy to happen. And then obviously you have to have that harder conversation, or something's come to light and they're thinking, oh yeah, well, I do want children, and he's already had kids and he's ready to move on to the next stage in his life. So yeah, it's hard, especially if you really like someone.
Yeah,
And then
well,
you
that's
just
the
get put in the
emotional
trash.
pushback we get, Steph, when we talk about stuff like this on the show. They go, you're being ageist. Why can't a 45-year-old man date a 20-year-old woman? On paper, everybody can go to dinner together, everybody can watch a movie together, but it's the things about where you are in life. 45-year-olds are like, yo, my kids are 22, bro, I'm done. Whereas a 20-year-old is like, hey, I'm ready to start my life, and that's where a lot of the issues that we're seeing come into play. It's not like I'm hating that you're dating a 21-year-old. I am, but you know, it's more like the things that the things that you know that come along with the day-to-day, and like, what's your future going to look like in 10 years? She's going to want to go to Catalina Island. You're going to be 55, bro.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, I'm in this lazy boy.
It's true, and listen, I don't want to hate on anybody because sometimes it works for other people, right? But for me, I use this reference, right? Me and my wife are 8 years apart. We're right on that borderline, at least for me, because she knows what Karate Kid is.
Yes.
So my reference is, if you didn't know what Karate Kid was and now the reboot came on and I'm all excited to watch on Netflix and you don't know what you're watching because you were too young, it's a problem.
Yes.
It's a problem.
Yeah.
See what I'm
get
saying? Good reference?
It's a really good reference, and it's like funny, but it's true, because the reference that when you go, hey, this is my favorite song, and she's like, I've never heard of it, and you're like, you've never heard of Public Enemy? She was like, I was 4. You know, so it's like things that that are near and dear to your heart, this person may have never heard of.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough. I mean, I've been dating someone a little bit older, and but luckily it's all very, you know, only a few days. You know, calm down. But yeah, no.
Clear the prompter.
Yes.
And like the age difference, like it's interesting what you're saying, because I mean, I am a bit younger, but for me, like I've been very focused all my life on my job, and at this moment in time, I have no plans to have children. So we actually had a chat about it, like, would you ever want to have kids? Yes, no. And I mean, he's been there and done that, and I definitely do not have the T-shirt, but I don't think the T-shirt might fit me, so we'll see.
Well, there you go. You had the conversation.
Yeah.
Is what exactly to Al's point. You had that conversation, so good luck to you.
We'll see.
There we go.
Breezy breeze.
Breezy breeze. I wish my relationship was breezy breeze.
You got to go home later, Jeff. Come on, man.
No, I love her. Okay. Speaking of Ben Affleck, let's get to his other ex, Gwyneth Paltrow. She's getting roasted after her famous goop candle reportedly exploded in a woman's home in the UK. I don't understand how this happened. According to The Sun, the woman said the $75 candle, obviously, which smells like a certain female body part, we all know, exploded into huge flames with, quote, bits flying everywhere. All right. We could definitely go that way if you want to keep it that way.
Wow,
the woman posted this pic of the candle on Instagram afterwards. She said she managed to throw the flaming candle out the front door before it could do any more damage. How does this happen? Is this real?
I think it's real, but I think she needs to not be upset about Gwyneth, but really thank her. Because when you're throwing a flaming Gwyneth Paltrow lower regions candle out of your home, that's a moment to stop and reflect about the steps you took to get to that moment and every decision that you made. So I think that Gwyneth did her a favor by, first of all, making her question why she would buy such a thing and how she got to an exploding
In her defense,
candle.
she didn't buy it. She won it in a competition.
Ooh.
And getting your hands on that candle is actually really difficult because everyone apparently wants to have a sniff of Gwyneth's private parts. So, but look what's happened. It's blown up in her face.
Do you think it's some sort of metaphor, Al, for in life? Is that what you were getting at?
I do. I think that if you, if you stand for nothing, you fall for anything. And if you fall for somebody saying this is a candle that smells like my parts, and you're like, hey, I'll sign up for that, might explode in your face.
He's got a point.
There we go.
Would you get that, if you won that candle in a contest, would you have it around your house?
Yeah, I would, but we all know, I don't hide it, I'm a sucker for all this stuff. We know it. I mean, come on, I'm like first in line, like, where's the wait list? And I mean, the price of that candle's stupid, but I'm that embarrassing person that would have it, at my home and like hopefully embarrass people when they see what it says on it,
It's a good conversation piece.
Yeah, I think so. I'm yet to sniff it.
I would like
I'm yet to know what it smells like. It intrigues me.
Yeah, I would like to know what it smells like too, and
I wanna know.
I'd like to know what it smells like now after it exploded. in the
Yeah,
house.
maybe it smells better. You never know.
I mean, I bet it smells a bit burnt and smoky.
Well, after the,
Yes.
I totally could make this dirty. You know what I mean? But
I feel you.
we better just move on before I get in trouble. All right, let's move on. Dwayne Wade posted a birthday photo on Instagram in his birthday suit.
Ooh.
Speaking of dirty, no, that's not dirty. The pic shows Dwayne covered by his wife, Gabrielle Union, with the caption, "Birthday behavior 39 is already looking up." All right, but his kids were less impressed with the exposure. His 18-year-old son, Zaire, commented, "This isn't what I wanted to wake up to." His 13-year-old daughter, Zaya, wrote, "Ayo, chill. I just got on." Did I do that justice, Al?
Yes.
Definitely not. Even his 2-year-old chimed in, his 2-year-old, saying, "Thought I had more time before his midlife crisis." Wow, his 2-year-old son's a philosopher.
I was gonna
Jeff,
say.
I
How did he
love
do?
this.
How does his 2-year-old write
Jeff,
that?
I'm sorry. I love it. I think
like it too.
kids need to see that their parents are still
Or 2-year-old daughter, I'm
sexual
sorry.
beings. I really do. That they're still you want to see that. I don't think it's cool that like you grow up not seeing your dad paw at your mom and vice versa. Like they're still kind of attracted to each other. That's not, you don't have to have this weird cold relationship. That's not like relationship goals at all.
No, I think, first of all, what a gorgeous couple. And I don't know what his child is saying, I'm not ready for the midlife crisis. If that's what a midlife crisis looks like,
Yeah, he's
give me
39.
any day of the week. They're stunning, both of them. Look at them. Gorgeous. But I remember, not necessarily my mum and dad, like embarrassing me with things like that, but I remember my grandparents, so my dad's dad and mum, I remember them being like, I mean, they both have sadly passed away the past couple of years, but they were like in their 90s. And like, I remember in my 80s, my nana saying to me, "Oh, thank the Lord, your granddad stopped asking for it now at Christmas dinner." And she was like, "I'm exhausted. I've had too much turkey. Better not be asking for it tonight." And she's like 90. And I'm like, seriously? She's just chatting, like, pass the potatoes. Thank God your granddad's over it these days.
Oh,
Can you imagine? And I'm just sat there like, Nana.
Are you scarred?
I mean, no, I thought, go get it, girl.
At a young age, you realize that.
Well, I didn't have any choice. We're sat there having Christmas dinner. My granny's telling me about her getting down and dirty with my 90-odd-year-old granddad with one leg. I mean,
Yeah. Well,
they took it to
to it.
another. Yeah, they took it to another level. Also.
All right, good story to end on. Coming up on DBL, are Kim and Kanye really getting divorced, or is that just a rumor? The author of a new Kris Jenner book gives us some inside info. And remember that skateboard guy? That's Dogface right there, who went viral? We'll tell you why his 15 minutes of fame, they're not up yet.
Closed captioning.
Never gets old. Welcome back to DBL. You remember that skateboarding guy? He went viral for drinking that ocean spray cranberry juice to Fleetwood Mac. Well, guess what? He's going to be at Joe Biden's virtual inauguration parade tomorrow, and another unlikely celeb who will also be attending the swearing-in ceremony, Garth Brooks. He reportedly joked that he will likely be the only Republican there, but the country singer said he's not trying to be political. It's more of a statement about unity. I like that. He'll join Lady Gaga, who will sing the national anthem, and J-Lo, who will also perform. Where do we start? We want to start with Dogface?
We have to.
We got to start with, I mean, I love that song. I love Fleetwood Mac. He just makes it a little bit better, right? Makes it a little bit better.
But what's he going to do when he's there, like?
Just make people smile.
Yeah, I mean, you can't look at Dogface and not smile. I mean,
I can look at him and not smile.
I think for when that TikTok went viral, we were really in the depths, we still are, of the pandemic and everybody feeling isolated. And I can only speak personally, like looking at that, just looked at a guy that was like, my ride broke down, we're in a viral pandemic. Let me just hop on my skateboard. It looked like a person that had let go of everything that was on his shoulders.
I appreciate him, and yeah, I definitely smiled when I watched it, but I just don't understand what he's going to do when he's there. Like, is he going to skateboard across the stage and hand out free cranberry juice?
There's a pre-video that he already made, so it's going to be virtual, right? So I think he's just there to make people smile. The honest answer is I think they want to relate the younger crowd to Joe Biden, right? I think that's the political answer to that. It's just to get to like the TikTokers and people like that.
See, I didn't even think of that.
That's what I think the real reason is. But for me and Al, it just makes us smile, right?
And here's a fun fact, Jeff. When that came out, I was like, this is so weird, because probably a week before I'd seen a movie where they played that song, and I liked it so much I Shazammed it, and I had it in my notes, and then that got super viral, and I was like, that's the song I was looking for. And it's so interesting, like I, as a person that kind of missed that when it first came out, I was like a 20-year-old that had no idea who sang it. So I think he represents that crossover between TikTok and, you know, an older generation that loved that song probably when it came out and has been listening to it for 25 years. So he kind of represents that annex.
Yeah. Oh man, if I have a couple drinks, I'm feeling good. Throw on some Stevie Nicks.
That's a great song, man.
I love it.
Woo,
I love it. Real
song.
Quickly, let's touch on Garth Brooks. Reaching over the aisle, so to speak, and kind of unite. You like that idea?
I think that's what we need to see right now. I think the world has been incredibly stressful. There's been so much hate, diversity. There's been some awful things happening quite recently. And I think this is very important. We need to see unity right now, and we need to see a spokesperson from the other side stepping across saying, you know, I'm here. Let's all unite together. Let's move forwards. That's what I would like to see.
I think you meant to say divisiveness.
Divisiveness.
Yeah, you said diversity. I don't want you to get emails later like, Steph hates diversity.
No, I he covered me. I'm
Every
very
show.
lucky. Thank you.
Enough of diversity.
Enough of this diversity. Let's each pick a side and put walls in between us. This is what we're doing. No, that was a good catch.
love
That
you,
was
girl.
a good catch.
Thank you,
But what
Al.
you said, I think, was on point.
Exactly.
Thank you,
Minus
Al.
the
Yeah,
anger towards
the
diversity and
huge mistake
equal
I
treatment.
made.
Don't get me started.
All right, guys, coming up on DBL, Kim and Kanye, are they really headed for divorce? The author of a new Kris Jenner tell-all is spilling the tea right here on DBL. Don't go away. Welcome back to DBL. Rumors are swirling that Kim and Kanye are headed for divorce. Earlier, Tori caught up with author Kathy Griffin, not that Kathy Griffin, the author, about her new tell-all book about Kris Jenner. Take a look.
Welcome to DBL, Kathy. Now you are part of the DBL Nation, which makes me so happy. You keep up with us, but you also keep up with the Kardashians. And your new book is about Kris Jenner, who I'm fascinated by, really honestly fascinated by. You see her who went from a housewife to a mogul. What made you want to write Dirty, Sexy Money, the unauthorized biography of Kris Jenner?
One of the major reasons I did this book is when I researched Kris, I realized that her business acumen had been marginalized by her crazy antics. You know, she plays a character on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and she plays a character in her TV interviews. But the real Kris Jenner, of course, there's a part of Kris Jenner in all of that, you know, like a fine actress brings herself to any role. The thing is that Kris has networked and worked hard since she was 17 years old, 15 years old, working in a donut store. Both sides of her family are entrepreneurial. And she has really paid attention to her children and what they thrived at and what their passions were and where they were best suited in business. That family is worth over $2 billion. She has taken basically 3 college dropouts, Kim, Courtney, and Khloe, and turned them into multimillionaires. And how did she do it?
You don't get 7 billionaires or millionaires by accident. I mean, people know, they say the devil works hard, but Kris Jenner works harder. Is there anything that surprised you?
Kris was fond of Kanye, and he did help the brand a lot because, you know, something most people don't know about Kris is that ever since she was a teenager, that she wanted to open a store called Kris's Closet with a KK, Kris's Closet. And then the girls all had clothing stores before Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and they floated that around as a show idea, but nobody was interested. But she loves fashion, as do all the girls, as does the Sun Ra. And so what happened is that, you know, Kanye, besides being, you know, 20-time Grammy winner and one of the hottest, biggest stars in the world. He's a fashion designer. And Chris was desperate to get into that world. And she wanted it for herself and for her children. They couldn't get Anna Wintour, the Vogue editor's attention. And suddenly with Kanye, they became royalty with fashion.
I want to ask you about the divorce that might be happening between Kanye and Kim.
Yes, they are headed for divorce, but Kim is in no hurry to file. Kanye has outlived his purpose with the family. I mean, Chris is fond of him, as I said, but he's a liability to the brand, and really, she's a mother first, and she was very upset when Kanye went on and ranted that, you know, he wasn't going to let her around his grandchildren anymore. He apologized for that, but Chris does carry a grudge, and he called her Kim Jong-un, you know. And she really believes it's best in Kim's interest and for the kids for her to go ahead and cut the ties with Kanye, which would be her third failed marriage.
And I do think, and I want to know this, they'll back Kanye, like it'll be amicable, like the Lamar Odoms. I don't see them having this awful divorce. Do you?
Well, no, look what's happened with Scott Disick and Courtney. I mean, Scott's
they're
still
still
a part
family.
of the brand,
Exactly.
and he's on the shows and everything. And I don't think it will be. I think, too, they'll be very supportive of helping him consistently take his medication and get the therapy that he needs. And he's the father of those 4 children. Kim would never keep him away, but she'll be very careful. She might seek, you know, better orders for as far as custody. It might be a little murky there until Kanye can prove himself.
What do you think about Kris Jenner now? Would she be okay with your biography? Do you think she's on board with it?
I believe that if she read it, she would be pleased with how she's represented, because it's the first time in history that anyone's done a book about her. It wasn't the Kardashians.
Kathy Griffin, I could talk to you for hours. Thank you so much for coming to DBL. We'll be right back.
I'll make sure you get a copy.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Welcome back to DBL. Getting older stinks. No, it brings more health concerns when taking a trip. That's why we're chatting about it on today's DBL Drive, sponsored by CarShield. First, make sure you have a clear bill of health from your doctor. Second, be cautious of your needs from your tour operator or cruise line. Third, consider your nutrition and rest during the trip. And of course, you cannot ignore the coronavirus pandemic. Obviously, get tested before travel and be aware of COVID restrictions at your destination. When it comes to travel, get an auto protection plan with CarShield. Call 1-800-505-9619 for a free quote.
Wow, you did that
Good
flawless.
tips. And you got it out.
I got it out quick because we got 5 seconds left.
You're a pro.
Don't say anything stupid. We'll see you guys tomorrow.